Man, bump that shit. It's your boy UAG, and we got OTG.
What's up?
And
What's up?
we're here with the weekly retro party, baby. So, we had a whole shit plan, community stream and have you guys drive the thing. And then I think we're still gonna be doing that a little bit. But a lot of shit doesn't happen, man.
A
Got
lot of
Papa
shit.
Brad. We got Earth from our side. I ain't seen my man in a minute. Steps, Chucky, Brooklyn Menace, Retro Ralph. Oh, there's an echo. I don't like echoes. Why is there an echo? Let's see. We'll find out right now. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Echo's gone. Okay.
All right.
So, bro, what's up, man? I know you've been driving around town, like you put in your work this week. I know you happy that it's Hump Day, baby.
Yeah, dude. I'm happy, dude, that finally Wednesday is here. But yeah, I've been out of town. I've been on the road, but I have caught up with the news. Luckily, we got some very good people here in the community that will report the news the second it comes out, where they will find it. So I have been keeping up with the news. We'll talk about that a little later. But
Yeah.
dude, that's about it. It's exciting time right now. I mean, nothing too crazy, but yeah, it's exciting because, dude, one of my friends sent me a link. I didn't even know, dude, that I guess Call of Duty's coming out with Modern Warfare 2, which I thought was pretty dope. But he sent me a Star Wars one just right now that I didn't even know. It's kind of old. I guess I'm not sure if it's a sequel.
Was that Turbo Joe that sent you that?
It was one of my other buddies, man.
Oh, okay. Because anything Star Wars, I gotta assume it's Turbo Joe.
Yeah. No, this one actually wasn't Turbo Joe, but sorry, dude, I'm having audio trouble right here. But anyways, this guy he sent me the link of it. It looked like it was I don't know, like The Force Awakens or some shit like that, like a sequel to it. Is that the name of that game, dude? The one by EA?
Yeah.
Respawn?
Listen, I don't play Star Wars games so much, so I can't. I got the Squadrons, and it's still in a wrapper, so I can't even tell you. Don't when it comes to that kind of game, don't ask me.
Yeah,
don't ask me. I bet you Papa Brad might know. Papa Brad's a big Star Wars fan, so he probably know.
Yeah, but anyways, it looked badass. It looked like something I'm interested in.
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know if you living under a rock, but mad shit popped off. We got Blitz news, we got reskin cabinets, we got shipping dates, and
dude,
when we get in all that nitty gritty, we got a reporter. He normally gets us all the information from the docs.
Yeah, dude, the docs, the FCC filings, like these dudes are on it, man. Like. That's how I got the news through the Facebook group. So I always get it there first. And then I kind of wait and I see like it's a little game to me. I'm all like, all right, so is Console Kit's gonna be there in the next 2 minutes, or is it gonna be P-Dubs, or is it gonna be Michael B? Like to me, I'm keeping track. But today they got me by surprise because all three of them were there, dude. And they reported it quick. I was all, damn, they're fast, dude.
Well, I mean, you can't sleep. You sleep. You ain't getting that worm, right?
Yeah.
I mean, some people, Well, let's play the report that we got from our good reporter from the field. Okay.
Yeah.
So bear with me one moment.
Welcome back to the Home Arcade News Network. This is another Arcade 1-Up News Roundup. I can't believe it. This is late breaking. I gotta get. What do you mean? What do you mean it aired 2 hours ago?
I said it aired 2 hours ago.
Come on, seriously? All right, I'll do it. I'm gonna do it anyway. We heard late breaking news. My team of super sleuths have gone over the FCC website with a fine-tooth comb. Most of them have quit their actual jobs to be able to report this information. And the ones that didn't quit their jobs took actual PTO. Arcade 1-Up reporting isn't just a hobby. It's a way of life. These guys are like the Sherlock Holmes of home arcade. They noticed straight on the FCC website that it is imminent that Arcade 1-Up is going to be releasing a version of NFL Blitz. We can't believe it. I can't believe it. So I went and reached out to the NFL commissioner to get his take, and this is what he said. These home arcade YouTubers reporting this information have probably never watched an NFL football game in their life. Oh my God, I can't believe he said that. Wow. They wouldn't know what a football is if they hit him in the face. Damn, the commissioner's kind of being a dick. They're going to start to discuss something called a 49-way gate, which they know nothing about at all. Ooh, he's kind of right about that one, though. They will become experts in it in short time, and this will become exceptionally critical to the success or failure of the product. Wow, I can't even believe the NFL commissioner knows all that stuff. Anyways, that's what he said, and he said for further comment, we'd have to get in touch with his publicist. Wow, guys, I cannot believe it. We're getting NFL Blitz. This is amazing. We'll see you next time on the Home Arcade Roundup. If anyone is butthurt or throwing a temper tantrum over this message, sorry, not sorry. You need to be able to laugh at yourself once in a while. You're a grown man combing FCC websites for toy arcades. That is, in fact, a bit embarrassing. If you don't think so, I'm embarrassed that you're not embarrassed. Don't worry, there's always tomorrow. Go on a family vacation. Relax. Oh, crap. You have no money because you spent them on arcade one-ups and you're out of PTO. I gotta go. We'll see you on the next one. This message is not endorsed or affiliated in any way with Dr. Ralph.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that last part. That last part was hilarious.
Oh, listen. I'm going to tell you right now, if you can't laugh at yourself, then who can you laugh at? Because I'm part of the crew. I'm part of the crew that reported. So, yeah.
Yeah, if I was home, dude, I would have been like trying to do that for sure. Dude,
but I mean, I guess the difference, like we were not going to take our days off. You know, I'm not going to use any vacation time. You know, I'm trying to spend that with the family, baby. So,
yeah.
You know,
some people might work remote from home or whatever. I got to give benefit of the doubt. Not everyone's over here taking PTO, but there are good chances that somebody did take some PTO. I ain't gonna lie, but dude, that shit was hilarious. Dude, whenever I saw it, the new thing is like not make a video, make a fucking breaking stream, and not by yourself with a group of them.
No, you gotta have the super team, baby.
The craziest one I saw though, dude, I ain't gonna lie, was for the Mortal Kombat 30th when I saw them streaming, the hype for the pre-order to buy it on that morning. I was like, whoa, that's next level, man.
Yeah, man. I would say like a lot of it, like when they told the news about the Dig Dug and the Joust. The Joust not so much, but the Dig Dug I was kind of excited. You know, I talked about that a couple videos ago, that it was a strong possibility that they would reskin those cabinets because they already done that. It's not like there's anything new. They did that with the Defender and the Mortal Kombat. They've done that with the Namco making it a Galaga. So they've done it before, and John D had mentioned numerous times that that's what they're going to do. They're going to reskin it because there's going to be people who kind of gravitate towards another title off the cabinet.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it just makes sense for them, and it's easy money for them.
Yeah. On that video, though, I remember I think that was the video that you said. I think Dig Dug 2 wasn't on one of the cabinets. I was all like, dude, I swear it's on the one that Joe has, and that's the one I corrected you. So that was a few weeks ago. Yeah, you said that way ahead. That's why, like, all right. So the people don't know is UAG had mentioned something to me earlier in our private chat. He was all like, dude, yeah, I mentioned that in a video. I'm like, where? And he sent me the clip like that. I was like, oh shit, I shut up real quick. I was like, dude, you did say something about the reskinning that, like either yourself or something Arcade 1UP would do because they have done something like that in the past. But even though it looks cool, like I ain't gonna lie, the Dig Dug looks a lot better to me than the Pac-Man Mania. I'm not a big fan of Pac-Man Mania.
Well, I mean, nobody's clamoring for a Pac-Man Mania. Like, no one said, like, yo, I need that shit. Like, there's Pac-Man fan, and Pac-Man fan are probably gonna be the original Pac-Man. They're not going for Pac-Land. They're not going for Pac-Man Plus. They're going for Pac-Man. And if you're gonna get a Pac-Man cabinet, you want it to look like fucking Pac-Man. Now that Dig Dug, that looks like the traditional Dig Dug, and I mean the volcano buttons and all that all looks good. It looks good. They listen, 1UP. You could say a lot of shit about 1UP, but you can't say that they don't make a pretty cabinet. Their artwork and their presentation is by far the best in the home arcade. You could tell me now the wood on an iArcade That's premium wood. Now, I mean, yo, you heard about the new game that iArcade came out with?
No, which one?
Screensaver?
Dude, shut the fuck
Yo,
up.
Screensaver, bro. Screensaver is top notch. You don't play it, you just look at the games on there. Looks great. I'm playing Screensaver right now. I'm trying to get high score.
Hey, dude, you know what? Earlier, did you check out Retro Ralph? He had a video on like the worst beat 'em ups. It was really good. Did you see it?
Oh, yes.
Dude, the first one he had on there. You saw the game he had on there, right? Was one of the iArcade games, Ninja Clowns.
So he did not know that was on the iArcade. I said, "Yo, that's an iArcade game," and they love and people on iArcade love that game.
Yeah, they love
He's
it
like
because
this.
it's on iArcade.
Nah.
They're like, this
He
game's
said,
awesome.
"Nah, bro." He said, "I'm not with it. I'm not with it."
I even did a video, like, kind of clowning on it. I think I did it. Did I do a video or did I don't know if I posted it. I think I did. But yeah, dude, I've always, when I saw that Ninja Clowns, I'm like, what the hell is this? And the fact he didn't just mention the video. If you watch the end of the video, there was like honorable mentions or something. I don't even put it in here twice, but he put it there again. Like, that's how bad it is. So if you guys haven't seen Retro Ralph's latest worst beat 'em ups, check that shit out. It's fucking hilarious.
There was a lot. I did not know about that Pit Fighter.
Dude, I didn't know about that one either. And I ain't gonna lie, it looked kind of cool.
Probably like it because it's digital strikes. He's like, I know you said it's trash, but it looks kind of fun. I want to try it.
Yeah, well, he did say that some of the games are gonna be like you're gonna want to try because they look so bad. But like, I love those digital graphics, whatever. So yeah, when I saw that one, I go, man, that looks like it's beat 'em up mixed with like kind of narc kind of look, but better. Like, I don't know, man. It just looked cool. I guess because it was like outside. So I don't know. It looked pretty awesome. It's definitely something I got to go through that list and see some of those Ninja Clowns. Nah, I'm not playing that one, but the rest of them, I think there's some I want to pick up for sure.
You know what I want to play? I want to play the bootleg version. I think it was City something. It was like the bootleg version of Final Fight.
Did he say it was Capcom too?
I don't think it was a Capcom game.
I thought he said it was Capcom because I never heard of that game, but it had like the map in the beginning, like on the top. Right there.
Like listen, that looked like it was a SNK special. You know how SNK loves stealing shit.
No, the one that was a Neo Geo one because I played it is that Burning Fight he showed. That's a wannabe like SNK. It's an SNK special that I don't know if SNK.
He said it's called Riot City. He said it's called Riot City.
Another one though. Riot City. All right, got to remember that name. But the other one, the Burning Fight, dude, I have that game. It is, dude, it's pretty bad. It's not memorable. I beat it like 2 or 3 times, and I can't tell you what it's like. Except I think I remember you. I don't know if you have a 2x4 in that one or not. It's been so long.
Oh man. At least he didn't say like what's that the first game that in any Retro Pie build. It comes up as I think it's 7th Avenue or some shit like that.
Oh, shit! I don't know.
The fight, and it's a beat 'em up with one guy who's dressed like he's dressed to impress, like he's going to a job interview, and the other guy who looked like a thug. I forgot.
I know what you're talking about, dude. I can't think of.
That's not a bad game though. That's not a bad game, but for some reason it just comes to mind when I think of bad games.
Dude, I hate that, dude. Whenever there's a like on your RetroPie build or something, you always see it because it's like one of those top ones. I always got to delete it. On my Switch, dude, it's 99 Vilas. I don't like that game, dude. It's a beat 'em up too. Dude, personally, I have friends that like that game. I can't stand it, man.
64th Street. 64th Street, Brooklyn Menace.
Is that one on the iArcade? Because I think I bought that one during the specials.
If you bought it, you should get your money back because that's on. Come on, that's on everything. I don't care. Listen, I am all about supporting people and supporting the companies that you want. There's certain games that you just can't buy. You just can't buy it.
I like those stupid beat 'em ups. So even though they're real bad, there's one on the iArcade that you're literally a guy that looks like Elvis. Something.
I know. You showed it to me before. I'm like, what the fuck are you showing me? Because I think
it's one of the online ones, which is by surprise. I like that game though. I like real bad beat 'em ups, but like nothing's ever gonna beat like Streets of Rage 4. Right now they set the bar, so every beat 'em up to me is gonna suck from now on. But At least other ones that play.
So I like I said, I think that the sleeper on this will be the Dig Dug, because I don't think people are gonna, either if they already have Pac-Man, they're gonna keep that one and they're gonna get this one just because of the artwork. And I think it's a pretty cabinet. I mean, not, you know, I don't have enough nostalgia to get rid of one cabinet. If I didn't have it, then maybe, you know. The Joust, again, Joust, I think that someone's gonna get it.
Oh yeah.
But I think that's a stupid ass cabinet.
Dude, I would rather pay the $50 extra because it, at least through that bogus website that Arcade One Up leaked their own product on. I never heard of that website. If it was $50 cheaper than the Mortal Kombat 30th, but for that artwork, for me, I mean, I'm not the biggest Joust fan, and I don't know what the real cab looks like, because you know the reporting earlier we heard, or at least it wasn't on that reporting, right? About the Joust, I think it was another report I saw. Anyways, the Joust looks a little different, and I don't know, man. It's all right.
I wanted to talk about that the games on there, right? Because you got to remember that it's online. That's an online cabinet, right?
Yeah.
But not every game on there is going to be online. If you look at what the one that we have here, Big Blue. Not every, there's some are high scores, and then some of them are co-ops. So you got to believe that those games that you play online at the same time, like co-op games, they're gonna be online. But if it's gonna be turn by turn games, then I think those are the ones that are not gonna be on it. So I'm looking at the list here. So there's a possibility that we can have Rampage on there online, all 3 players. Imagine that would be kind of fucking cool, because that game is not fun to play over and over by yourself.
Oh yeah,
but if you can play with somebody online, now the problem is, will we have enough people to play online? You got to remember, now this is going to be the only cabinet with these games online. It's not going to be like Street Fighter where we got Big Blue and then we have 3 other cabinets that you're going to overlap. So some of these games are probably going to have some issues with trying to get people online. You're going to have to get on one of those Discords and, ask a friend to get online. Like if you need to play with somebody online, get a hold of Turbo Joe. Turbo Joe will make time for you to play. Love that man. I love it. You're like, you want to play? Let's go.
You know what though? I don't want to give Turbo Joe too much credit, because he was supposed to train me on Sunday, and then he couldn't, and he told me sorry. I was like, it's all cool. So I still haven't played with Turbo Joe. But yeah, the online though, dude, I freak out, dude, that people would join the Facebook group and I see like, hey, I just got a Big Blue cabinet, who's online? Like, I'm like, what? People are barely getting it, but they're joining that online group, which it kind of sucks though, in a way that like you have to get in the group.
But you got to remember, we think in our heads, we think that this group of people who have one-ups are millions of people. They have millions of cabinets out there, but I guarantee you, if you put the numbers up, like 75% of those cabinets are Pac-Man. The Pac-Man gang, they got to play their Pac-Man. Listen, I want to know if in the chat if you part of the Pac-Man gang. Okay, this is how you know if you're part of the Pac-Man gang. If before you go to bed, you say, you know what, I got time for one more. Let me put Pac-Man on real quick. Let me get a round in. If you say that, then I know you're part of the Pac-Man gang. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I just want to know where you stand.
Yeah,
I want to know where you stand.
But basically, UAG, it sounds like what you're calling out is people who aren't playing the fighting games. They're like the Pac-Man, like those type. Or
they got that for decoration.
Dude, right? You could tell some people that bought Big Blue. You're like, you ain't gonna play it. Like you could just kind of tell, right? Like it's just funny. But the Pac-Man gang. Now I do own that Miss Pac-Man, and like I told you, when people come over. Dude,
that's the first one. That's the most casual game, though. And that's why that sells the way it does.
Yeah, like no one wants to play my arcades. They see it and they're like, oh, cool. and I could have them off now, and they'll see the Pac-Man like, oh, you got Miss Pac-Man, I want to play that. Like, dude, it really attracts the non-gamers. Really, it really does. They love that shit. I don't know why. So I guess we look. Papa Brad's. I knew he was a Pac-Man gang. Hey,
but he knows how to throw down on some sticks. He'll play some Marvel vs. Capcom too. He got himself a Dreamcast. He don't play that.
Oh,
so
shit.
He's a hybrid. He's a hybrid.
Dude, speaking of old school, did you play that game on the iArcade, the Donut Dodo that everyone was going crazy about?
Listen, I don't follow the trends. So I'm waiting for everybody to get off that shit. When everybody get off, that's when I jump on.
Well,
I don't like following trends.
That hit me up in the private DMs. This is before it released.
Look. If you speak about internet and games, look who the fuck shows up.
I came to tell you guys breaking news. Blitz is coming out. It's been confirmed. FCC filings. And Marvel vs. Capcom as well. Let's spread it out. Give it to all the YouTubers. I'm about to make my video. I'm early, right? I know I'm not late to the party on that.
Since we got Welcome a Die here, dude, on the subject that I was talking about, I had a friend hit me up right in the private DMs and said, "Hey, I might have to review this game." And I'm like,
hold on. Let me cap this, sir. I wasn't part of the trend. I set the trend, baby. I set the trend. Remember that. Reset, Rudy. But if you're gonna speak facts.
You know what? He ain't lying, because we started playing that shit and we did that shit, man. Anyways, dude, so my friend was gonna review the Donut Dodo. I'm like, what the fuck is that shit? I made fun of it. And then Steph said, oh, she bought it, and she's all like, it's actually fun. So then I tried it. Dude, that game is really fun, dude. Did you play it, Welcome to Die? Did you play Donut Dodo? Did you buy it for your iArcade?
No, I have not bought it yet, but I did watch Steph's review.
This dude is so fucking cheap. It's $5. It's $5, bro. You want me to lend you $1? Would you a $2 short? What is it, bro?
Super chat that shit.
I'll tell you, no, dude. It's like so old school. It's a mixture of like Burger Time / Donkey Kong. Like on the high scores, if you read it, it says like Popeye, Donkey Kong, like Pac-Man, all that shit. Like it's a mixture of everything, but it's a lot of fun, dude. Like I told Joe about it. Joe says he beat it. He's hardcore. He'll beat anything. To me, he said he beat
it already.
Yeah. There's different levels. So there's like easy.
Wait a minute. He said he beat it already.
Yeah, he said it's only 5 stages, but it gets difficult for sure. But you know Joe, dude. Joe plays all that old shit. He's good.
Do we know anybody that's on the top 10? Because that makes me want to buy it. Like if I saw UAG
the leaderboards
in first place, I want to buy it.
Listen, I'll be on there. I own that shit. If I want it, I will own it.
But I don't like it.
That's why I bought
me,
trucks
at least.
in. I saw a few YouTubers on the top 10. That's why I bought trucks in. I was like, all right, I want to beat these YouTubers up.
Oh yeah, because UAG helped pretty much started the trend. Yeah, because of that. Yeah. Anyways, now just throwing a little shade at Reset Rudy for earlier.
He's trying to come for me.
Yeah, but anyways, what was I gonna say, dude? On the iArcade, I didn't like that. You know those 4-way games that like when you are going sideways, but I guess you kind of go up a little bit and it starts going up a ladder. And this one, if you touch the ladder, you go up it fast. So that's what I don't like about the iArcade. I need to change one of the sticks to a 4-way, like maybe the one to the right or something. But other than that, so I bought it on Steam. Haven't played it on Steam. I recommend it. Welcome to Die. Spend your $5 and get that damn game.
We got. He said. CZ Jason said $5 here for Welcome to Die to get the game. I'm gonna have to send him that because we got to make sure this guy get the game. All right, we appreciate that because this guy. We wait for him. I don't know what's gonna happen, bro.
Yeah,
he just put me on the top 10. He just put me on the top 10 for that donut game. So
now
I ain't gonna lie, I dusted off the iArcade for that shit, dude, to play, and it's fun, dude. So
you say you dusted it off?
Yeah, the iArcade, it's back there just for show, man. You know, I'll play it every once in a while, but since Truxton 2, I haven't had a reason. Like, all right, no, I'm lying to you. I tried out the online. The online, it didn't work great, right? And then they came out with this patch, and it's whatever, dude. But I think I played Console Fanboy on Breaker's Revenge. That was it. Other than that, like, dude.
Well, what about like, elevator action? CT Jason did it. Speaking of him,
dude, elevator action returns. If you're gonna say it, say it right, dude.
It's like the sequel.
I played it on you know,
On
the
that
big,
games,
the big girl,
Big
the
Betty.
big girl, and I didn't pay for it. You know, we know what we do, and so I was playing it, and the game is fun, but it made me want to play it on the IRK because I want that's the beautiful thing about this. You want to compete. Oh, CC Jason got this shit. Nah, he ain't gonna beat me. I'm gonna beat that score. Whatever score he got, I'm gonna beat it.
Yeah.
So then I gotta get it. So that's the beautiful thing about like this community, getting online and shit like that. So you're absolutely right. When you see names that are you familiar with, a better your competitiveness. Like if I see any game that OTG's on, I'm automatically like, nah, bro, you ain't gonna stay on there that long.
Yeah. Dude, that Donuts one, I don't think the leaderboards are active yet, but there's something I think that says like a monthly leaderboard. I don't remember. There's something there that's not active yet. I forgot what it was, but that'll definitely be something. I wanted to read a comment right here by Kongs or Us. It made me laugh because it was towards Welcome to Die, and I never heard anyone ever call him this, but he says, damn, donation to die. Gonna get doo-doo donuts now. Hey, Kongs, it's pretty good, man. You made
him leave. You made him leave. That ain't right, bro. You made my man leave.
That was all his internet.
He said, my man Polo said, what's my favorite game in the IRK? Till this day, it's probably still Truxton. It probably still is Truxton.
Oh, Truxton's a good one. To me, it's not because it doesn't run the best on there, but it's still a good game. As far as the IRK, dude, it's really hard. What game right now for sure? It's that Donut Dodo is my favorite one. Other than that, dude, it's really, really hard to say. I don't think there's one that really sticks out. I think they're all kind of the same.
Okay.
I like it, though.
So enough of putting this bitch over. You stay right there, ho. Let's talk about RK1UP and the infamous FCC leaking. I mean, I guess people were like wondering, like, is it really gonna happen? Like, there's people that there's just people that are very pessimistic, right?
Oh yeah, it's never gonna happen.
They're just very like I had no question about it because years ago, a year ago, fucking John D himself came on One Up Weekly and said, dude, yeah, we're thinking about doing this, we got to do this, we got to do that. So we knew from right there it was going to happen. It was just a matter of time, right? Mm-hmm. So I had never doubt. And then when I saw the GameFly leak, we were like, all right, it's official tissue, baby. We're in there. So and I never had any doubts with John D. John D, when he's like a shark, in the water, he smells blood in the water. He's gonna get the kill. Yeah. So I guess it was a confirmation for a lot of people, but a lot of people was like, okay, like we knew this. How did you feel about it?
Dude, all right. So I knew about the leak too. We all knew about the leak, but seeing the leak, like it's just dude, as much as things have been right, I'm still not always confident. I still take everything with a grain of salt, even though like so much everything's been right so far. When I saw the NFL Blitz on there, that was one that I'm like, I don't know, anything could happen from now to then. It's one that I was always hopeful, but I had a little bit of doubt. So whenever this FCC got more confirmation other than the leak, it kind of like, all right, it's gonna come out. I'm excited for it, dude. So seeing that leak kind of got me excited. I'm not sure about you, man.
First of all, Chucky said there's a few people in this chat that were non-believers. Chucky, I know who you talking about, and I know you're right. But we're gonna let them live today. We're just gonna smile in their face and say, because. Listen, one thing about this community, I'm going to tell you right now, and people are going to hate me for it, and I don't give a fuck. But it's if you say something so many times, it doesn't become a rumor now, it becomes reality. Like someone said, dude, the game is too violent. The NFL will never let this happen.
Yeah.
And so you kept that was the theme. It kept on going over and over. Did the NFL say that? No. Did we ever get confirmation of that? No. But you know what happened? Someone said it, and if you're a big enough person who says it, people are gonna believe what you say.
Yeah.
It's just, you know. Oh, okay. Internet came back. He had to do a reboot. Either that or his son is outside with his hand outside on Wi-Fi.
I got a question for both of you. All right, welcome to die. Are you back? I got a question for both of you.
Yeah.
All right. So UAG brought up that the violence, people were questioning the violence if it was ever going to come out because of that on the Blitz, NFL Blitz on the arcade one up. Now I saw something from Console Fanboy that he was saying like he kind of put this idea in my head. He goes, Blitz may have the 2022 roster and I believe the violence. Oh, right. 22 roster and may have the violence turned off. Now, if that happened, let's just say if it happened, would you guys be upset? I think I would, man. Or just say 2022 roster. Like if it was like if it was
22 roster, I wouldn't be mad at it, but I don't think that would happen. Because if it's a 2022 roster, that means that's going to be a lot more because now you gotta factor in what these players are getting paid now. And new money. You bet it's a lot easier to fuck with these people that they don't have money in their pocket and they're like, yeah, give me, I'll take that. I'll take that deal. If anything, it's gonna be like just like the NBA Jam. Some of those people that they couldn't make the deal, oh well, we'll grade them out. Because at the end of the day, the NFL is different from any other sport. You cheer for the colors per se, and not the players so much. There are a handful of legends like your Lawrence Taylors, your Troy Aikmans, and your Brett Favre's. But the average Joe doesn't know all the players on the team. Maybe your team, but the other teams not so much, right? We got a $5 super chat. Let me read this real quick. Is there any reason why Blitz is allowed to be re-released? Think about it. There's a reason. Violence off roster. Listen, that might be your theory. I don't think it's going to be like that. Maybe there will be a mild version of violence, and then you have to put in a code to get the violence. But Arcade 1UP prides themselves in giving you a accurate version of what came in the arcade.
Yeah. All right. Cool. I'm hoping that it is old school because I remember the Cowboys being good.
I think it's going to be old school. NBA Jam didn't have a 2022 roster, so I don't see them doing that with Blitz. I think they're gonna try to get it as authentic as possible, but you're gonna have those Casper characters.
That's what I was gonna ask.
It's gonna be all white, and it's good. You're gonna see that, and on top of that, it's like, look, that and Marvel vs. Capcom, both those games are gonna come neutered, and it's like, how bad is it gonna be? Because we've heard those things with certain characters, they might be renamed. Same thing with
I guarantee you they won't even give them a name. They'll just give them number 67, number 85. Remember when like NBA Jam, not NBA Jam, like NBA Live or the college games, right? Their likeness, they look like them, but they just give them the number and they give them all the stats. You could do that. You don't got to pay nobody.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we just wanted to play the way it's supposed to play.
Dude, all right, so that thing says Riser, right? I was actually happy for that because I ain't gonna start all over, especially the way these monitors are and all this shit. But I was hoping they made a Riser version to go with my NBA Jam. And
I'm telling you, it's gonna be like that because they know people like you. Some people are gonna collect a certain way, some people are gonna collect the other way. But I tell you this, mark my words right now, because again, they'll just say that I didn't say it. Right now, there's going to be an XL version of this.
Damn.
There's going to be an XL version of this. Whether it's a few months down the line, it'll probably come out when fucking the football season. If not the football season, by Super Bowl.
What about Sports Station with XL?
That's going to come out next year. That's coming out next year. Then they're not going to cannibalize their sales. They're going to come out with this version. They're going to come out with an XL version, and then they're going to come out with the fucking Sports Station. You got to remember, Sports Station, Showtime is a hard game to emulate, even for PCs. So it's good. They're going to have to up their technology for that one to come through. So that's probably a year away, if not more.
Yeah. So the whole thing with the NFL, I mean, if I recall correctly, they became like anti-violence because people were getting like brain
concussions.
Damage. So then they said, yeah, concussions, no heads-on collisions. They made those rules. You can't.
Yeah, but they never did that. They never changed anything like that in the games and stuff like that. That's us putting our thoughts and our feelings onto them. They never said that. Like it's cartoons. It's a cartoon.
Yeah.
Animated violence.
I remember John D had the programmer on, I think in Arcade 1 Up Weekly, talking about that they could easily manipulate that.
Yeah, because they already made a version of it without it because they thought that would be an issue when they first tried to push the license to the NFL. Right. And that's why it's late hits. It's not like you're not really doing that during the game. You're doing that after whistle blows and stuff like that. So, I think, listen, we have Mortal Kombat. Now, the only thing that the issue is now, does the NFL is back in that. Once you saw that my man Arcade 1 Up had a deal with freaking the Miami Dolphins to do a thing in their stadium, and they're trying to do it with other stadiums, that was a lock and loaded. That right there was it. I told you, I said, once this happens, that's it. They're working other avenues to probably get one or two more people on the board.
That was you scratch my back, I scratch your back type of deal.
Yeah. I mean, and all it probably did was solidify the deal. Like, oh shit, people do want these arcades. Oh shit, people do like this shit. They probably saw the hype around everybody playing fucking NBA jams in their thing. Like, dude, if they like NBA Jam, what do you think they're not gonna like this NFL Blitz? Yo, NFL is king, baby. NFL is king. They print money. You know how many people want their licenses? So for them to get that license, I'm sorry, it's a done deal. They could print. The NFL could print money. So this is nothing but formalities. It's gonna go through. Again, we already knew it. I don't think that we're gonna get any roster things because that's just more money that you have to think about. But I do think this. Nobody spoke about this, but I think you're gonna get 3 games. I think you're gonna get NFL. I mean, the Blitz 99 and Blitz Gold. And that's it. Because it's basically the same technology, a little bit different rosters. And I think the last one, the mechanics changed a little bit.
Yeah, I never got into them like that. I know you said you liked them. I was always more into the NBA Jam, but I mean, I have fun playing it. But it's just I don't know. It might be one of those games I don't play as much as NBA Jam, but we'll see. I want it bad.
I remember going to the arcade spots where they had Blitz, and you brought your N64 memory card so you can have your own playbook with you. I'm just saying, the Dreamcast had it too with the VMU. That shit was dope. Imagine if they had some type of device though that you could do that with the Arcade 1 Up. That's too much. They won't. That'd be cool. Use the VMU, put your own playbook in it.
You saw how long it took for them for the Dragon's Lair just because they wanted a screen, dude.
He wants to set us back another year and shit.
Yeah,
man, we want that cab now, baby.
And
we want that cab now.
He is the only person I bet in the whole community that even thought about asking for that.
So I'm not gonna lie. I thought about it, but I wasn't like, yo, if you don't give me that shit, I ain't. He's like this. If you don't give me that's a buying point for me. I may not buy it.
Hey, dude, something way earlier from the chat, but it kept in my mind. Turbo Joe said something funny. He called "Welcome to Die" 1996 Internet. 85 Joe said that.
Listen, I got 500 AOL hours for that ass this tournament Saturday, so don't worry about that.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We got that tournament thing going, baby. Hold on. Let me see something real quickly here. While you brought that up.
I'm gonna ask you real quick. Welcome to Die. I don't remember Dark Stalkers in the arcades at all. I'll ask all y'all. UAG. I didn't.
I can lie.
5 to 8 years ago.
That's a laundromat game.
It is that is a laundromat game for real. For real, that is a game that It's one of those. I can't get you Street Fighter, but I can get you Stalkers. You want that?
It's good,
all right.
Though,
I'm gonna put it in, dude. It's basically a reskin version of like Street Fighter. It was like, but with more titties, right? You got a little bit more titties, and you got monsters and shit. Who doesn't like a monster? I like a little monster, and I like a little titty.
Has grown on me so much, and I like that they use a lot of the same characters because it gets you like, okay, it's like Street Fighter. You know, the World Warriors. You know which ones you're familiar with, and they're not all of them are throughout all the games, but I like that. So I don't know, dude. It was at first I was like, okay, whatever. I played it casually. But like lately is like I'm having a lot more respect for it, but I do not remember in the arcades. That's why I had to ask. I know some people do, but
purple cabinet. It was like a purple cabinet, had the marquee and all that. So some people made some skins for the big blue, turning it into that.
I want to go back to NFL Blitz before we get off this topic. I just want to ask one question. Since right now, GameFly has been so accurate with the leak. Do you believe that we're gonna get the $5.99 price for this cabinet?
Dude, have they been wrong on anything yet?
They haven't been wrong. They haven't been wrong.
Then I'm gonna believe it, man. I'm gonna believe it's gonna be.
And you know why I'm gonna say I believe it is? Because if you're looking at NBA Jam XL, it's $6.99, right? You're gonna get the smaller version for $5.99. I think you could write that. You can ink that. I don't even think that's pencil anymore. I think you ink that bitch.
Wait, right? How much did you think the XL's gonna be?
The XL is $6.99.
You think it's only gonna be like $100 more?
That's NBA Jam XL is $6.99.
NBA Jam, but NFL would probably be like $100 more than that, right?
No, I think it'll be the same price. I think they've marked that price that if it's gonna be an XL, they're gonna be at $6.99. If we go to Pro, it's probably gonna be $8.99, $9.99, something like that.
You really think Arcade One Up is finally gonna get their shit together and have like one prices all the way? That would be nice.
I think that's what it is. I think $500 for what we're getting legacy. on the legacy cabinet, the entry point for the three-quarter scales. We got the $300 if we want the peasant OTG version. We got the
that.
I'm just saying, and then you got the premium ones. The premium ones is like $5.99. Like,
Yeah,
X-Men and Simpsons started at that point. Yeah. X-Men and Simpsons was $5.99. Now you can find it for $200.
Wasn't the X-Men like $100 more than everyone? Wasn't it $7 or wait, how much was it?
What? No, it was. It started at $5.99 and then they had a $5.29.
X-Men? No, I'm talking about X-Men.
Oh, X-Men was like $8,000, something like that.
It was like all expensive.
I think it was like $8 something, but that quickly corrected itself. Listen.
You always say UAG says the
market will set the price because, dude, nobody bought that fucking Simpsons at that price either. That's why you can fucking buy it at $2.99, $1.99. I seen some places that had $100.
Hey, dude, real quick, I was out of town. I was near the border working over there. And what I tell you last time, that's where I found my golden tee. I went to that same store looking for deals. Nah, they didn't have anything. They did have the Simpsons, but it was $400. But they had like 4 of them. So I'll go back in another year or so and see that there. But yes, the market sets the price. You are 100% right on that, UAG. Like I see it a lot. Terminator, everything. It's like Best Buy is the first one to kind of go low.
This week was the first time that you saw Tron go down $100.
Dude, when Arcade One Up actually now has sales, it's a normal thing that them in your email say save $200 now. You're like, what? Like that's all normal.
And there's somebody who is price charting this. Like they say, like after I think it's 5 to 8 weeks, it's gonna have a price drop.
Yeah. So that's what me and Joe were talking about. Do you really think they set the prices high to get the suckers like us that we need to have it? And then the market is going to set it a little lower, and that's when it kind of goes on sale. Or they try to figure it out.
It always happens.
They tell the retailer, listen, this is the price. You can sell it. And now if you're a big boy, Like a Walmart, you be like, listen, no, this is the price I want.
Yeah.
And I want it at $5.29, and I don't want no fucking stool. That's what I want. And the arcade want to be like, yes, sir. Here you go.
Special.
Here you go.
Those UAG peasant versions, you get those. Those are just for you guys.
That's your version. Who got the full? Because of Miss Pac-Man. That's why.
Hey, it's got a light up marquee now. I modded that. But anyways, the peasant version is the way to go, dude. Because you can change out that marquee, make it. Well, actually, no, I did that. Okay. But anyways, it's worth it because
this is what I'm gonna tell you guys. Now, if y'all trying to save some money, Uncle UAG is gonna tell you a secret.
All right, it doesn't involve scamming.
No, it's no scams. No scams. Listen, the feds is after me. No scams. But listen, if you want to get yourself the legacy cabinet, this is only 2 games. They ain't gonna kill you. You can probably wait it out because that 81, that price is going to drop. 81 price is going to drop. You ain't going to get 2 games, but you're still getting online games. And a lot of people prefer Miss Pac-Man. Miss Pac-Man, the game is a lot faster. I enjoy the faster Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man out of the 2. Just saying. And you got you got all the games, but 2 games is missing, but it's still online. The artwork is gorgeous too.
Oh, the half and half? You talking about the 81?
Half and half, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I get mixed up because I got the 82, but the 81.
You got Uncle, like, not that bootleg,
the homemade one, the one that that didn't exist in the arcades. Is the one I got, but anyways, I do enjoy that. But yes, the price does go lower. It's so crazy, dude.
The price is going to drop, and it's going to keep on dropping because they need that space.
What about Black Friday's around the corner? Everything's going to drop that day.
All right, do arcades actually go on sale on Black Friday? They didn't this past
year.
Right?
They do every now and then.
They dropped the Pac-Man.
I'm not sure if you guys saw that old video.
You can't rule it out.
Did you guys see that old video? I think it's on Twitter or was somewhere that Ralph posted of him like on a Black Friday, like years, like 20
he listen, I was living vicariously through him because that's something I would tell my wife to do. I'm like, nah, but you go that way. I go this way. We separate and conquer. Separate and conquer. She was running for her man. She said, I'm gonna get you that Pac-Man, baby.
But you know what, dude? Like Joe brought this up too because he was talking about, we were talking about, that system that's not going to come out, and he did mention how like, there's certain things that you don't buy in stores, you buy online, and he did mention the iArcade, and he said most of 1-ups. Like that's true. You don't really see a lot of these unless
they take up too much space. They take up too much space. Walmart is only going to put in their store things that they know they're going to move. So all of the legacy cabinets are in there because those are the most popular IPs.
Yeah.
That's why they don't give you a rap version of fucking Bubbles because Bubbles ain't moving. Mortal Kombat's going to move. Everybody knows Mortal Kombat. Everybody knows Street Fighter. Everybody knows Pac-Man.
All right. Is that why the Joust one was at some lame store that we didn't hear?
Yeah, because ain't nobody buying that shit. Like, listen, let me tell you something. Joust is a fun game. It's a fun game, but it's not a needle mover for the casual gamer. You got to be a hardcore. You got to be like a Papa Brad. Like he knows his shit about like the arcades. You got to be one of them people. Like I could see you like fucking Retro Ralph getting a real Joust, but like me and you ain't getting no fucking Joust.
Mortal Kombat skin. You know what? There's got to be a Sosa in the Pac-Man community. Because Sosa, right? This is what he'll do. He'll tell himself, "Okay, I got the Mortal Kombat Legacy, but I need the Mortal Kombat 1 cabinet." Or the new one coming out, that's Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 1. He's got the Mortal Kombat 2, the Ultimate Mortal Kombat. He says they're different games, even though he's got the Legacy 3 times. They're different games to him. So there's got to be someone in the Pac-Man community that collects all these, right?
There's a person like that in fucking iArcade that got every fucking iArcade.
Oh, you're right.
And all the things, dude. I think I'm like I think his name is I forgot his name. My man got all the Pac-Mans, bro. He got all of them. I'm like, dude, you got issues, bro. That's the same, that's the same games, right? It's like, but it looked different. It looked different.
That's what they sell.
It looked different. Dude, it's the same game. Like, listen, when I got the Mortal Kombat, the first 3, I was like, oh, the Legacy came out. I sold that bitch before the Legacy got in this house. I sold that bitch. Listen, I'm not trying to lose any resale value. As soon as I knew that was coming, I sold that bitch. And as soon as I knew that Mortal Kombat was coming out, that thing was already gone. I got
all 3 of them. These are my arcade 1-ups.
He got the original ones. So sometimes you gotta be early to the game. There's people that don't stack racks. He says nothing wrong with joust. It's fun. I bet if I go into your average gamer's house, you would dig it. I didn't grow up playing it. I discovered it later on. A lot of the 80s games are addicting. I agree. Like, for example, Dig Dug, I think I got into that late as well. I think I got it.
But Joust is fun, dude, with 2 players too. Like,
well, there's a modern version of that. I think it's called Killer Queen, or I think that's what like it's. And if you go to like a lot of sports bars, like not sports bars, like arcade bars, barcades. Yeah. That's what they fucking call barcades. They'll have those, and they're huge. They're huge.
Yeah.
And I believe Joust is going to be online because that's a 2-player game versus game. So that's going to be online. That's going to be fucking fun. It's going to be fun. Like, again, I would play the game, but I'm not going to get a cabinet theme that way.
Yeah. You know what? That got me thinking. All right. So a lot of us, we love the fighters, the 90s. What's going on right now? Like, dude, this is a good time. Like all these cabinets coming out. We're excited for Blitz. Now you see how our excitement isn't for Joust, but you see people like in the comments right now that are loving Joust. Is it because we love the 90s stuff and we're not like digging the 80s?
I think it's a combination of a couple of things, right? I think it's our ages. Like we didn't grow up in the arcades in the 80s. Like we're 80s babies that was born in the 80s, but we played in the arcades in the 90s, right? Yeah. So in the 90s, it was really big was the fighting games. Fighting games took over that. And then you have gun games, which they're getting into, and you have the racers. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like if you was a 70s baby, you was raised in the 80s and you were playing none of all the high score chasers. That's just the way it is. But that's what I'm gonna say. But there's certain games that transcend that. Pac-Man transcends that. Like Pac-Man, no matter what, because you know why? Pac-Man stood in the arcades that whole time. You could still go to an arcade in the 90s and they still had a fucking Pac-Man in that bitch. They still had a centipede in that bitch. Right? Yeah. There's certain games that stood the test of time and that is an instant classic. And then there's certain games that you would have to have nostalgia for it. Like Space Invaders. Space Invaders is a perfect one of those. Like I never had any love for it. I bought it because I love the artwork, but I didn't have nostalgia for that particular game. There's certain people that, just love it.
Like what I try to understand is, another person out there, Michael B. He's funny, dude. Like that dude cracks me up. He's always like his game is Robotron, and I've never actually. I think is it in a compilation? I swear it's in one of those Midway compilations. No.
I don't know, but I know that
who makes that game? I don't know, but I've never played it.
It's Midway.
It's Midway. All right, cool.
Well, I think it's Williams that eventually Midway purchased them out.
I've never ever played that game, and I don't know if it was on Insert Coin or one of those documentaries. I saw it, and I've seen the gameplay. Like I can recognize it, but I've never had the interest to want to play it. Like I'd rather play Smash.
Okay, so Papa Brad was calling me out on that game. He's like, "You never play it?" Blah 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 blah. So I got it on CoinOps, and they have a twin stick thing. So I was playing Smash TV, and I played that game. That game is addictive, bro. The game's addictive.
Like,
it's hard as fuck. It's hard as fuck.
All right, I've only seen the gameplay. I've never played it. That's why I wonder, like, why is it that, like, during my time, I don't remember anybody ever in my life talking about Robotron.
I don't think, like, again, it wasn't one of those games that stood the test of time, like, would be in like it age a certain way. Like, you gotta love that game, or you have to love the 80s. Like, but you know, revisiting it, it really is a cool game. Right. Like, so the graphics is nothing to it's just the gameplay, the actual gameplay, and then the voiceovers, like, and like save her, like, it's crazy, like the robotic voices. I have
to play it because it looks like a game I would play, but I never make the time for that. Like, I just don't. I'm gonna have to play it at least twin stick the way it comes out. But the one game, dude, that likes old school and I don't understand is Q*bert. I remember never liking that.
I don't care what you tell me about that one. I listen. Retro Ralph, he got lucky. He got one of them bitches, but that's not my game. Like, the only thing I know about that is fucking Wreck-It Ralph.
I tried playing Q*bert, but I can't get into Q*bert, man. I can't,
right? That's why I'm all like, I don't understand how this can be like some people's favorite games, which it's probably a lot of people's. It was popular, but
I don't know. Listen, I can tell you this is not a lot of people's. I'm sure that there's a good following in our community, because you got to remember, our community is fiends for arcades. So, but if you look at the scope, if it was big, if it was people were knocking down the door for that game, the Arcade 1-Up would have made it already. Arcade 1-Up is not leaving money on the table, guys. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry to burst your bubbles, guys. Arcade 1-Up is not leaving money on the table. There's not enough people to sell it to.
Now that they reskin a few cabinets, right? You got the Joust and you have the Dig Dug. You think we're gonna get a Ghost and Goblin? Because everybody wanted that for the longest. I think Ghosts and Goblins is going to be one of the cabinets that's going to be on the Street Fighters, but I don't know if they're going to reskin any of the Capcom cabinets, because Street Fighter is Capcom. Street Fighters is what sells the Capcom. So I don't foresee, especially when you're already doing 3 iterations of that cabinet. I don't foresee them doing another one of those.
Dude, like that one dude, he's on Facebook. I don't know if it's Gassan, or I forgot the name of his
Gus.
That dude made that Dark Stalker skin. Woo! Oh man, it's so nice. So like I want to reskin mine just to see that. But dude, like when you're talking about Capcom games, Ghosts and Goblins, you mentioned that. Dude, that
game is hard as fuck, bro. That game is super hard.
Dude, that's the hardest game ever.
Yeah.
That shit is frustrating like a mother. I love that game. Like, I remember that game from the consoles.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember playing that in the arcade, but I remember that game from the console, and that bitch was hard. And then I don't know, one of these cabinets I had it.
Quarters.
Oh,
how many
yeah.
quarters would it take to beat? Nobody knows.
1,000,000 quarters. I listen. That's one of the games that, even though you can have infinite quarters, it's still like almost impossible to beat, because you just gotta. You gotta not live. You gotta stay there. Like, I bet you Turbo Joe probably sleep there 3 days to beat this fucking game.
Yeah, I think Turbo Joe looks like the type that would beat it. Even they had the new one. I'm not sure if it's Insurrection or what was the name of it.
And it's just as hard too.
It's a hard one too. They didn't make it easy, but people love it.
You could probably beat it with save states. Save it right before you die. And you just keep going.
Dude,
that's cheating.
A game like that would be boring with
that's
save
practice.
States.
No, that's cheating. You're a cheating ass cheater. And then you're gonna come back to our chat and be like, look, I beat it. Nah. Nah, I ain't
practice.
Look, he said he's over here telling you what it is that has that game on the collection.
Retro Ralph's been looking at which one it had the Robotron, so I can check it out. I do have Midway Treasures already downloaded to my OG Xbox, so I'm gonna have to probably check it out on there, and I'll play it, dude. He says Road Blasters. I remember Road Blasters
Don't get me hype about Road Blasters because I always tell him to get rid of that shit out his collection.
Dude, not only on consoles, I remember the arcade because our pizza joint had the Road Blasters, and I
had that one too. But okay, so I'm gonna ask the question because I'm gonna ask you, and I'm gonna ask Retro Ralph. I'm gonna ask you, Welcome to Die. If like we're seeing them go heavily in the 90s, but you know, a lot of people are saying what happened to the fucking 80s, right? So what if they said, listen, we're gonna give 1 or 2 cabinets a year, and one of the cabinets is gonna be this specialty game. Would you rather it be Road Blasters or would you rather it be Spy Hunter? I'm leaning more towards Spy Hunter because I love the fucking spy shit. Like that was like fucking James Bond meets fucking Knight Rider. And you have guns, you have all that shit. I'm leaning more towards that. I'm gonna go with you. Welcome to Die first. Do you even know those games? First of all,
and please know those games. Welcome to Die.
Yes, I've heard of Spy Hunter. Played very little. And then what was the other game you mentioned?
Road Blasters.
Road Blaster.
Road Blasters. That's the motorcycle game, right? What is that?
No, that's
oh my god, no, it's not, bro. It's the one that you're racing and you got to get the green balls of gas.
Yeah,
you got to get the green balls of gas and shit. Come on, man.
Look. I'll answer it like this. I mean, as far as not those games, but I mean, I'm gonna be biased towards the 90s, but they're always gonna pick something from the 80s anyway. I mean, isn't Dragon's Lair? That's an old ass game. That's not
really. They both suck. Just like he's on. Oh, I want to answer the question. That's why. I'm sorry, you Welcome Down. I'll let you.
I don't even think he heard the question. He's just talking about
90s and shit like that. I'm like, all right, Welcome Down. Which one would you want to see on Arcade One Up? Would you want to see Spy Hunter or Road Blasters, or you don't care?
I want to see better games.
All right, he doesn't care. Okay. I'll tell you which one. Road Blasters all the way UAG. Even though Spy Hunter was cool, I like the dun dun dun. I don't know how to do the music, but I like you go into the 18-wheeler and all that shit. That shit was cool, but the top-down view sucks, dude. Road Blasters it was a little like lower, collecting the gas. You had those missiles and dude, it was so much fun in the arcade. Like, dude, that's not even a question. Road Blasters all the way, man.
Listen, first of all, let me tell you something right now. You could fucking spill oil. You could spill oil on the side. Boom. Trip a nigga up. Like you thinking that you are fucking James Bond, bro. And then you get into the back of the freaking trailer, fix your car up, upgrade it, come back out. Smooth. You even I think you get a motorcycle in that game on one of the boards. Like, come on, man. Come on.
Wasn't the motorcycle like kind of fast? I'm trying to remember. It's been a long time since I played it. It was cool, dude, but I don't know, man. It just wasn't a game that I think I played it a lot on NES. I didn't really play in the arcade, so that probably has a lot to do with it.
Oh man, you're hurting my feelings, bro.
Retro Ralph asked what games would you want on that Spy Hunter?
I don't give up. I think I just want that game.
Matter. This video, right?
I just want that game.
I want Super Sprint, man. That's what I want. I'll go with Super Sprint.
Sir, did you understand that we didn't ask that in the question? Like, you just can't just add shit.
He's just adding another 80s.
He's like, oh man. I'd rather have Pit Fighter. Hey, what?
Pit Fighter's amazing, dude.
Let's not get you started. My bad. I don't know why I even did that.
I'm lying. I haven't played it. Nostalgia just got me. When I was a kid, I liked it. And when I played it on the arcade a few years ago, I was like, it's not that good. But
this game, I could get behind this. Hang On, Afterburner, the good old classic Sega games.
But Afterburner's in right now. You got an iArcade, right? They got.
No, they don't. Yeah, Space Harrier.
No, Space. I was confusing it for that one.
All right, go over here. Don't start no rumors over here, because they'll get excited and then they'll come back to me and say I'm spreading false shit. I've already been caught out there with that shit. I don't want to be caught with no false shit. Hey, listen.
A Space Harrier. I'm not sure what so wasn't it like a stick that you played with it? I don't.
Yeah, remember. It was like a Tron stick.
Yeah. The thing is, I'm not sure if I doubt you guys follow the last gamer. he had a video like this dude was known on YouTube. He hasn't done a video in a long time, but when he was younger, he was at a competition with that and he did really good. And just like that's how I remember the game, but I can't picture it without the stick. When I saw iArcade demo the trackball with that game, that's what they used, right? I was like, what?
No. See, that's like blasphemy. That's blasphemy, right?
Yeah,
like I know Retro Ralph was like dying if he saw that shit. Like this shit, or fucking, Rexer. Rexer was like, what? Like, listen. But again, to each their own. Like when you play on these multi-cades, you have to give some concessions to get these other games up and running, right?
Yeah.
But there's certain things that you just don't do. Like when it's like, oh, someone told me, oh, why get Terminator 2 when you could play it on your ad games with the trackball?
Like, hell nah.
I said, I'm playing a gun game? He said, yeah, you would play that with the trackball. I'm like, what? I had to look at I wish I saw him in my face so I could say, I'd put what? Like,
yeah, some people don't care. Like some people don't care. They'll play a gun game with a mouse or they'll play with whatever. It like I've done it, but to me it's just not the same experience. Like I wouldn't care for that. But a lot of these
there's certain games that you can't do that for. You just it's like trying to play like Pac-Man with like a D-pad.
Yeah.
Like I mean you can do it. Is it the most fun? No, you want the joystick, right?
Dude, I'm gonna tell you why I don't want Arcade went up to make the Afterburner. I want Afterburner. I do. But I know for sure. This is how I remember. Please tell me my memory is wrong. I remember playing that in the arcade and like you jerk on that fucking stick.
Yeah, you do.
It was real like I don't know what it was made out of.
I bet you this. After Tron, they're like this, yo, we gotta go back to the drawing board, bro. Like listen, we gonna have to put some metal on that bitch. Because they don't want them
are made out of graham crackers and shit like that. And it's like,
yeah, but you ain't hear people going like, I stepped on this fucking pedal too hard and it broke. You ain't hear that. You heard about them. You heard about them joysticks.
Shoes on because they don't want to break that $700 shit.
Yeah,
dude,
but
look, here's the other thing I remember from Afterburner: loud fucking music. That's what it was, right?
Yeah. I remember it was yeah.
It was like loud.
So it was funny. I don't know if you saw Retro Ralph tweeted out a couple of days ago that that Sega used footage from Top Gun without their permission.
Oh yeah, I saw.
Like that's crazy, bro. Like it was the Wild West back in the day. Like we don't give a fuck. Yeah. We give a fuck. I'll do it. Like you know what's so funny? Like right now, okay, we're transitioning to some of the newest shit, like movies and shit. So Top Gun is out right now. You know, Top Gun is in a lawsuit right now.
96 is back. No, I didn't know. Oh, I saw that they were in a lawsuit, something after the movie, right? Maverick?
Yeah.
Like that?
So, okay, right now there's a new law that after 35 years, you could buy something, but 35 years, it goes back to the person who originally made it, right?
Well, like the Winnie the Pooh shit that they're doing?
Yeah, yeah. So they bought this article that the movie was based on, and they didn't renew the license. Because this movie was supposed to come out in 2018. If it came out in 2018, it would have been covered. But because it was delayed, the license lapsed, and it was an oversight, and they didn't reapply for the license. They had to pay these people extra money. So these people are like this, yo, I want you to take the movie out, and I want a nice check. Oh, y'all making good money? I want a nice check. That's my money. So I mean, it sounds sleazy, but they're old at. They're old at.
So yeah, dude, I didn't know about the Sega one, and now this top. It's so funny, right? Like we're talking about like plane shit, and it's like related. But dude, real quick, this is off subject. I haven't seen the Maverick. I heard it's good. Everyone's saying it's good.
I'm gonna see it this weekend. I'm gonna see it this weekend. I'm gonna go get milk this Saturday morning. I'm gonna go get that milk for the missus. I'm gonna be out for 3 hours. I'm gonna come back. Boom, like here's the milk. So where you been at? I said, listen, that line was long. That line was long.
Man, I wish I was like you, dude. I'm gonna wait for the bootleg, but I need to see it, man. Definitely.
Retro Ralph said it's so good. Listen, it also broke a record for the second weekend. Normally, when a movie comes out and it's a blockbuster, it's so heavily that people go the first weekend that it's a big drop off the second weekend. It's over a 50% drop off, usually around 60%. It hit a record. It only dropped 38%. No, yeah, I think it was 38% of a drop off. That is a record for a drop off.
Good thing, look, I don't know the story behind it. I didn't keep up with any of that, but I could have swore when the lockdowns first started happening, wasn't that movie due like shortly afterwards? And they were like, oh shit.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out in 2018. But two things. He wanted to make sure that he knew how to fly a plane himself.
Oh,
like
shit.
he didn't want stunt doubles. He wanted to know how to fly the plane.
Are you
That's
serious?
one. Yes. And he wanted cameras inside the cockpit.
I didn't know about all this.
So
dude.
that delayed it a little bit. But then they were trying to push it. And he said, listen, this is not going on streaming. We're not doing same date in stream and in theaters. We'll wait till it could officially go out in the theater. And they waited out and they did the right bet. They did the right bet. So
yeah, because I feel like now is like the most perfect time for that. Like just in timing, like for movies, like I don't keep up with that many movies I do, especially since after the lockdowns. I don't care, but I saw like a preview, a trailer. I didn't watch it all, but there's another Jurassic Park coming out too, and I'm like, oh yeah, shit, they're on it now.
That my wife is really wants to see that, and my son is infatuated with dinosaurs, so we got to make time for that. But what I'm really excited for, fuck all this. Well, let's talk. Me and you chat. Me and you, because ODG can't even participate in this shit. Fucking Black Adam, bro. Now I'm not the biggest DC fan. I'm a comic book fan. I'm a big Marvel fan, but I'm not the biggest DC fan. But that fucking trailer that dropped today, I was like, oh shit, DC got something up their sleeve. This is looking good. This shit is looking good. And I love it because he's an anti-hero, the bad guy that's the good guy.
Dude, The Rock is in it.
The Rock is in it. The storyline goes that he was a slave and that they killed his son, died. It's to save him. It looks really good. I'm not the biggest Black Adam comic book fan, so I don't know the lore and stuff like that. So I don't know how comic book accurate it is, but I am excited to see it.
What if this becomes something like Guardians of the Galaxy, where people were like, whatever, and then when it came out, like, oh my god, I'm the biggest fan. Like, what if this dude blows shit up like that? Like,
it's gonna probably do that. Listen, there's certain people that are superstars, right? And that their names attached to a movie, it just does well. Like there's no reason why Rampage the movie made over $300 million. The movie, the whole idea of it sounds stupid, but it did well. And why did it do well? Because it was associated with The Rock. The Rock just brings people in.
Yeah,
we got a $10 super chat from my man Retro Ralph. Crap, I was listening to you fools about the NBA and forgot the NBA players all. Have a good show, man. Have a good night, guys.
Awesome,
everyone.
Man.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna be joining that real quick as well, Ralphie boy. So I'm super excited about that, but I want to know, everybody in the chat, did this movie tell you whether or not are you more excited about the future of DC than Marvel? Because Marvel took a change. You got to remember, all their big stars are not around anymore. We don't have no more Robert Downey Jr. We don't have Chris Evans. We don't have Scarlett Johansson, aka my ex-wife. We don't have her, So they're changing the page, and they're doing a lot of streaming stuff. Like Miss Marvel just came out yesterday, and people are saying that show is awesome. You had Black Moon Knight. People liked that show. It wasn't the greatest thing, but people liked it. So I'm wondering if, are we gonna get back to that high? Because it seemed like we dropped down on Marvel a little bit ever since the Infinity War. It kind of changed the page, and now we have to get that build up again, because we got all the way up there. We got the payoff, but now we got to restart. Did you watch any of the Avengers, OTG?
Yeah, I think I saw them all, because at that time I was like doing work for the movie theaters as far as like artwork, and I think I saw mostly all of them. I remember the last one the most, but yeah, it was good.
Man, I'm a sucker for these films, so I'm gonna watch them all. But I like the direction that they're going with. I love the Joker. The thing is that what they're doing is they're doing a universe and they're doing solo films. So that's why you got like 3 fucking Batman movies coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it seems like they're everywhere at the same time. And that's the only thing is like, you got to remember there's only one guy that they got to answer to over at Marvel, and that's Kevin Feige. And Kevin Feige be like, yo, this is the sandbox that you could play in, make this type of movie. It has to relate to all these other movies, and boom, you can make your movie. Fucking over there in the WB, like, it's the Wild West. Do what the fuck you want. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that
What?
Joker movie took me by surprise, dude. I didn't expect it to be like that, but I liked it a lot, man. Hopefully they make something. I'm not sure if they can go with that same style again or what.
And in the chat, I want to know also, we are at a time where if you're a fucking nerd, because when you were a nerd back in the 90s, 2000s, maybe not 2000 so much, but the 90s, that was, frowned upon. Now you could be a nerd out and about, like, fucking, I'm a nerd. Yeah, I watch all the fucking films. What you gonna tell me? I read comics. Fuck you. I play video games. Fuck you.
No, I know more and all this.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Now it's great. So right now on the streaming, like this week, you could watch the fucking Boys. You could watch fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi. You could watch Miss Marvel. You could catch all the fucking Marvel films. What's the best thing that you're watching on streaming, guys? I want to hear in the chat. We got the Boys. First of all, The Boys is my favorite show out there, hands down. I got another Boys. Someone saying Obi-Wan Kenobi is better. It's getting better. Miss Marvel is good. I enjoy the TV shows. Listen, if you're squeamish, you may not want to watch The Boys. I mean, like from the fucking first dude. I'm just gonna
The Boys.
I'm gonna tell you the first episode. And you're gonna be like, what? Dude, this dude is walking down the street with his chick, right? She's in the fucking street. He's on the sidewalk, and his chick just disintegrates in like air. Like the blood splashes on his face. Oh, the thing. Dude, there was a speeder that was running so fast, and he was trying to do something, and he ran through her, and she exploded.
Oh,
like literally, like exploded. But the concept of the film is like, basically, superheroes are regular people. They do fucked up shit, and you see about that. You're like, it's so good, bro. It's so good, and imagine fucking Superman and all his strength and all his power, and he's just an evil fuck. That's the one of the main characters in the film. He's called Homelander, and he's just like an evil fuck, bro. He's like egotistical, fucking self-centered dude that he's just fucking crazy. He crazy as fuck, and I love it. I love every minute of it.
Damn, never heard this one. Now you have me interested.
Seth Rogen is executive producer behind it.
Yeah.
It's so well written. Like this guy who's a super villain, who's like, you're just looking at him like, how can you stand him, right? But at the same time, they write him so well that there's sometimes in the movie or the show that you have empathy for him. Like, how can you hate this guy, but at the same time have empathy for him, right? Like the best villains in any movie is they in their own story they believe they are the hero. Like that's why Thanos is so great. Like he thought that he was doing something great. He was saving the world. In his mind, he wasn't killing half the world, half the population of the universe. That's how you do great writing. He said the comic book is even more brutal. I can only imagine that the comic book is even more brutal. So, that's my thing, man. I'm excited about all the cool things that we get to watch. I'm excited about this week. Just know that you're going to get a lot of news about a lot of video game stuff, like modern games, retro games. You may hear some things about Arcade 1-Up coming through. You know your boy. I'm not going to take no PTO. I'm not taking no PTO, but if I got a minute, I'll come hop on and tell you about it. All right. OTG, tell them. Oh, before we go, I want to play a video. This Saturday at the match, we have our Arcade 1-Up tournament for Darkstalkers 3. Hope you've been practicing because you have a chance to win, a cash prize. You got a chance to win just for playing. Also, video submissions and stuff like that. If you did a good video, we was going to do it. So I'm going to play a little bit of a hype video for you. See what you're missing.
Front door and seeing Marvel's Cap to the arcade and seeing Samurai Showdown. I remember walking in the front door and seeing Marvel's Capcom, looking around in the arcade, looking at all the different games, listening to all the different sounds. The arcade was always a place that I can go to where I can express myself, a place that I can go to just be myself and throw down and smash on people. Quarter after quarter after quarter, people would challenge me as I would defeat them all. Killer Instinct, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, it didn't matter. I played it all. I loved it all. I was there for all of it. And one game that stood out to me was Darkstalkers. Darkstalkers was one of those games. When I seen it, I had to play it. Hisenko, Morgan, Felicia, Dimitri, it didn't matter who it was. I was with it. Darkstalkers is one of those games that I've played for many years. And Darkstalkers is one of those games that I will continue to play for many more years. I love this game so much. I love this game with everything. This game is the best. Lord Sosa has the big blue, and the only reason Lord Sosa has it is for Darkstalkers 3. Hisenko's the best character. You best believe it. You best believe it.
I played Darkstalkers in the arcades, and I played it on the Sega Saturn. And I always used Lord Raptor. I loved his basketball move where he was just having fun with it. So it's a character you don't take too seriously because Capcom really had fun with that style where the way he moves, the way he turns you into a basketball, slam dunks you, the way he has a guitar, and it resembles all the heavy metal that's pretty dead zombies. You know what I mean? It was very demons, very in the heavy metal. So goth, it's pretty dark, zombies, Satan worshippers, zombies. It just made sense. So I kind of like that they gave him a guitar and they made him a lead guitarist. So Lord Raptor is my favorite Darkstalkers character. I plan on using him in the tournament. So let's do this.
Hello, boys and girls. It's me, War. And the subject today. Who's your favorite Darkstalker? Who is the cream of the crop? It's Morgan. It always is Morgan. Besides that, there's a war to deal with me first, because I am the villain of the story. And there's an apocalypse coming. And there's a war.
What's up? It's your boy Doobie checking in, and I'm here to talk to you about this game called Vampire Savior. Now, I got introduced to the game when it was called Stalkers 3 on PlayStation 1, and I loved it. And my favorite character was BB Hood, man. She got the Max, the Glizzies, the RPGs. Trust me, we ain't in Kansas no more. So on June 11th, man, you better be bringing your A game.
Darkstalkers is one of those games, I'll admit, I never did see in my childhood. I missed out on it. So I didn't play the game till maybe about 5 years ago. And what attracted me was the art style. I love the art style of Darkstalkers, the unique character design. There's so many different characters, and the fighting style. You can't go wrong with a Capcom fighting game. Now, in picking my main, I still haven't picked my main yet, but as of now, the recording of this video, Dimitri is where it's at. He's just something easy for a newcomer to come in, very easy to pick up his moves. So right now, come on, you can't go wrong. A vampire? Dude, I cannot wait for this tournament. I know I'm probably going to be like UAG and I'm going to be free, but this is going to be exciting to see just everyone join the different fighting styles what people have. And maybe I'll learn a few things. Maybe this might be a game that I play more often, but as of now, I got to say, the game rocks. And Dimitri's where it's at.
Hey, what's up, everybody? And I hear y'all talking about favorite Darkstalker person ever. Well, in Darkstalkers 3, shit, I like to be the boss, you know what I'm saying? Pyron. You know what I'm saying? That man is a beast. He's fucking on fire. What can't he do? He's an animal. You know what I'm saying? I'd be anybody, to be honest. It don't matter to me. I got natural skill. You know what I'm saying? I'll fight anybody up in this competition. Besides Kong. Kong is the beast. That's a whole different story. UAG, I hope I run into your ass. But I'm getting off track. You know what I'm saying? Pyron, I picked Pyron as my choice.
This clown. First of all, fuck you. Fuck CT Jason. All right. Fuck y'all guys. Fuck y'all. But no, it's gonna be fun, man. I can't wait to see everybody in there at the mats playing. Come on, it's free. The price of admission is having a big blue. That's all you have to do. So in the description down below, there's still time to register, get in there, have fun, get a chance to win. I'm
excited for it because, dude, the last time we had any tournament, at least I was in, I know there's been a bunch of them, but has been on Big Blue was a Street Fighter and it was pretty good. So this is gonna be a different style, different game. Very similar though, still fighting game. So I just can't wait to see what people can do. Teach me this new game, dude. I really don't know it because
you know what's good though about it. This game is like a lot of people don't play it, right? So it kind of evens out the playing field. Now you're gonna see your people that really play it. They're gonna stand out. But you're gonna have your Kongs and your things and like that, like people who are just good, like Welcome to Die and Kong, who can just adapt to in games. So it should even out the playing field. It's not gonna be such a big gap in terms of talent, I think.
Yeah, definitely. So, I know there's gonna be some of those good people, but yeah, we'll see, dude. Hopefully, I hope I play you in a.
Oh man, do you remember the last 2 times we played?
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Let me add up all the wins. It is 10-0 between me and you.
Oh, don't
10-0. It ain't no make up. I got video. I got video of the fucking watermelon that was shoved up your ass.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I do hope I play you so I can at least get to the second round.
Oh, okay.
But it's going to be fun.
Careful what you wish for.
So this week, it's a pretty busy week for us. We got today And then you know, this weekend we have the tournament with Darkstalkers. Is anything gonna happen on Friday?
Well, I don't not Friday, because Friday is gonna be. I'm leaving that slot open for my man Retro Ralph. Retro Ralph has the Chasing Nostalgia number 5, so we're gonna leave that alone.
Yeah.
But we may do it Saturday before our show. We might have a interview of Master Pacina, the man who played Johnny Cage, the man who played Scorpion, the man who played Sub-Zero, the man who helped with all the orchestration and the choreographing of the fighting moves in this game. You know, a timely interview, right? Because you know he's missing off the Mortal Kombat cabinet. We're gonna have an interview with him, and we're gonna ask him all those hard questions like, where the fuck are you? Why are you not on this cabinet? What happened with you and going to over there to what is it, Bloodstorm?
Yeah, but I think Bloodstorm.
You know, so we'll ask all those questions. So maybe we'll put a community post out there to see if there's anything that you may want to ask Mr. Johnny Cage.
Dude, I'm glad you reminded me though. Friday's Chasing Nostalgia. I can't wait for that shit.
Oh, you know,
dude.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there with my pom poms because, listen, his art, the work, the quality. That's something that should be on Netflix or like AMC, like
I'm
a
sure
network.
everyone knows, but if anyone's listening to this and does not know, Retro Ralph has a show called Chasing Nostalgia. Make sure you go to his core channel, Retro Ralph, on YouTube, and he's gonna put out the 5th episode.
The
and
5th
like
episode.
UAG saying, I'll let you finish, UAG, about it being Netflix quality.
No, the quality. Listen, there's things that you know that you're going to get a quality piece of product. So go over there, check it out. If you haven't, I'm sure you've subscribed, but even if you subscribe, the next thing is to just click the video and watch it. Click it, give it a thumbs up. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you to go watch it. But I guarantee you, once you watch it, you'll click that thumbs up because it's definitely worth it.
Dude, they're so good, dude. I can't believe this is already number 5. And what's crazy is like they just be getting like better and better. So it's like the quality of the show is really good. So if you guys haven't seen it, definitely go catch up on that.
Anybody who's in our hobbies is going to love it because you know he educates you. He really does. On these shows, you learn something every time you watch. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate you stopping by with us. And we'll see you soon. Peace. I said peace. Don't be
I say whatever
copying
the
me.
fuck I want to say too.
No. Say what the fuck you want, but don't copy what I'm saying, bro.
Dude, I'll say what the fuck I want to say.
No. That's not how. I say peace last. Ha ha, sucker.